Hello, everyone. You're highly welcome to English with Teacher Dixon. I want to delve into a very important topic in English language, which is understanding allomorphic variation. This is a very crucial topic in the sense that it poses threat to many English students in higher institutions. So, this is a fortunate privilege to learn and understand this particular topic. So this presentation explains the different forms of morphemes in English, providing examples to illustrate the concept of allomorphic variation throughout the language. Now let me explain the key terms you'll be making use of all through this lesson. The first key term in my list is the morpheme, which refers to the smallest indivisible meaningful unit of a language. Then we have the grapheme, which is a letter or letters of the alphabet that can represent a sound or a phoneme. Then we have the phoneme, which is the smallest unit of sound. So these are the three major terms we will be making reference to as long as this study is concerned. So note particularly that phonemes have to do with the segments of sounds, whereas graphemes are the letters of the alphabet representing those sounds. Then a morpheme is a word or part of a word that has only one meaning or adds only one meaning to the word. That is to say that the word boy is a morpheme because it has only one meaning, which is a young male gendered person. Unlike the word boys, which is made up of two morphemes, that is boy and the morpheme "-ase", that is the suffix "-ase", which is added at the end. The meaning added by the suffix "-ase" at the end of the word is plurality. It indicates that the word is in plural form, so it indicates number, whereas the main word is boy. So we have two morphemes there. Remember, we are talking about an indivisible meaningful unit. So there's meaning in boy and also meaning in the "-ase" suffix. Therefore, as long as this lesson is concerned, morphemes can exhibit allomorphic variation, meaning they have different phonetic forms depending on their phonological or morphological environment. So we have examples like the Z1, Z2, Z3, and D morphemes with their allomorphs. As we continue, you get to understand all this. Now let's delve into the meaning of allomorphic variation proper. So allomorphic variation refers to a situation where a single morpheme, that's the smallest meaningful unit of language, appears in different forms. We call that allomorphs, depending on its phonological and grammatical environment. Note the word allomorphs. Allomorphs refer to the different sounds represented by a single morpheme, depending on where they occur in words, that is their phonological or morphological environment. Now let's consider the first allomorphic variation we have in English language, which is known here as the Z1, the plural morpheme. The plural morpheme is "-ase" because we normally add "-ase" to a noun to form its plural. So we want to consider the different sounds that the suffix or morpheme "-ase" can represent depending on its environment, that is the letter or the sound that comes before it in different words. So the plural marker, that's the morpheme "-ase", has three allomorphs based on the preceding sound. That's three different sounds depending on the preceding sound. It can be articulated or realized as s, z, or is. When it is preceded by a voiceless consonant sound like k or t, it is realized as s. For example, in cats, but when it comes before a voiced consonant sound like t or g, it is realized as z. For example, dogs, dogs. Moreover, it is produced as is when it comes after a sibilant sound like s, z, sh, and so on. For example, buzzes, buzzes. So the variation illustrates the flexibility of English morphemes in phonetic context. So that is all about variation as long as the plural marker is concerned. The second one is the Z2, which is possessive marker. That is the indication of possession. Remember, we use apostrophe A's to indicate possession. So in terms of pronunciation, we also have it in three ways. That is the realization of that possessive marker A's at the end of any noun that indicates possession. Hence, this is another form of allomorphic variation. The possessive morpheme apostrophe A's exhibits distinct allomorphs depending on the preceding sounds. For instance, it appears as s after voiceless consonants. For example, max, then z after voiced consonants. For example, does. Moreover, it is realized as is after sibilant sounds. For instance, in buzzes, buzzes. So this variation illustrates the flexibility of English morphemes in phonetic context. So it depends on the sound that comes before the apostrophe is. So we can realize it as z or is, just like the plural form marker. Let's also delve into the Z3, which is the third person singular morpheme. This one occurs in verbs when we have the s morpheme at the end of verbs, mostly to indicate not only singularity but also third person. Therefore, just like the other ones, the third person singular morpheme s exhibits three allomorphs. S appears after voiceless consonants. Example, kicks. Z follows voiced consonants and vowels. Example, goes. And is or is comes after sibilants. Example, watches. So understanding these variations enhances comprehension of English morphology, which is the study of word formation. In summary, we have different allomorphs for different morphemes in English language, ranging from the plural morphemes. We have three allomorphs, s, z, and is. For example, cats, dogs, buzzes. Then we have possessive marker, which is virtually the same thing but applies when ownership is marked. Then we also have the person marker, which follows the same pattern. However, it is remaining one among the four allomorphic variations we have in English language, and that will be discussed subsequently, which is the past tense marker, the ed marker. So I implore you to study this and ensure you understand. If you have any challenge or any question, do well to communicate. Use the comment section and drop your message. Let's discuss that. Many thanks for watching this video. I remain Teacher Dixon.